Okay, welcome back. Another episode of the There Will Be Bond podcast, episode 101. Although I think I'm going to stop numbering them now. Now we've got over the 100 hump. May as well.
No, I think we need to carry on
Yeah?
numbering them.
You,
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, every other podcast does, so I don't see why we should be any different.
Because we are different. Rob. That's right. Anyway, over there is, well, you know his name, Rob Smith. How are you doing today, Rob?
I'm very well, thank you, Pete.
I'm very excited because this is the final minutes of Casino Royale that we're covering today. And I had a look on Instagram the other day and I just thought, I wonder when we did start this. And I realised on February the 1st, I posted an anniversary of starting the minutes. So it's definitely been going a year and a half at least.
Right,
And you've
yeah.
been on board for how long?
Just over a year, I
Oh,
think.
God
I think it
bless
was
you.
July, wasn't it? I had my anniversary. We're in September now, so something like that.
I'm going to just turn you up a little bit, Rob. Do your Goldfinger intro.
Testing. There we
Okay.
go.
So, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to get through the minutes of Casino Royale. We're also at halftime. We're going to debrief how we feel about the film now that we've gone through it minute by minute, literally combed it in nauseating detail. So, rather than do a quiz or get a guest in, we're just going to share our thoughts, overall brief on the film, and then, well, close it off because I'm going to have my trotters up, Rob.
You are?
Yeah.
Going on holiday
Off to Cape
again.
Town. Well, I think when people are tuning into this, I will be away from the desk, and then we're going to take a week off next week whilst we figure out what to do next with the podcast, which film we'll break down next, and maybe what format we'll take on.
Yeah.
So, Jesus, Rob.
You've put your beer so far
No,
out
no,
of reach,
but
you can't get at
look,
it now.
I mean-
After last week's experience.
I've been talking like for 2 minutes flat. I just thought I'll just take a quick swig of beer. I'll let Rob come in, and then as soon as I do, it's crickets. Fuck me. All right. Well, Rob, how about we kick it off? Have you been up to anything Bondian since I last saw you?
So yes, I went into London yesterday to collect my Amiga. Hooray!
God. What did when you text me that, what did I text back?
You said that's not news. I said, well, it's big news as far as I'm concerned. So he said it was going to be 10 weeks. It's actually been 5 weeks. So I was happy that it was quicker than they said it would be. So, and I had to go into London anyway yesterday because it was the London Film Fair,
Okay.
which we've spoken about in
How
previous
come
podcasts.
we normally go to the film fair together, Rob?
Yeah, but there weren't many Bond people this time.
I didn't even get the invite this time.
Well, you don't need an invite. It's open to the public.
I know,
Just
but you
go.
normally invite and say, hey, you come into this, we'll meet up and we'll have a drink. But no.
I didn't think you'd be interested.
I went last time. That's how fucking interested I was. I went last time with you.
I think there's been at least one since then.
That
Mind
you've
you,
been
you went
to
on
without
holiday,
me.
haven't you? You're probably on holiday. But anyway, but I didn't get any.
You'd be interested.
There were a couple of View to a Kill people there, but none that I was particularly interested in meeting.
Okay.
So, in fact, three of View to a Kill people. So they had Carol Ashby.
Oh,
who
good old
we've
Carol.
all met hundreds
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah, good old Carol.
So I'm going to keep paying to meet the same people.
Aw.
And and they had an extra, the lady who's standing with the Texan oil guy at the party in Chantilly. You know, he's got this
Yeah.
woman standing next to her.
He's taking pictures of him with
Yeah,
the,
so she was there. I didn't speak to her. And then some girl from the opening titles, whose name I forget, she was
Oh.
there as well. But I went for Keith Allen, as in Keith Allen from Trainspotting.
Okay, yeah.
And Shallow Grave and many other things. I went for him.
What was Keith Allen in Trains? Was he the drug dealer?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he was.
I know he was the corpse and
He
Shallow
gave them the
Grave.
drugs and then they took the drugs home and I think he then boarded up his flat, didn't he?
Right.
Because he wanted to do a cold turkey. Something like that. It's been ages.
Yeah, he was there. And Lorraine Chase was there, who played Dolly Clothespeg in Wurzel Gummidge. And
Jesus.
and Kelly Hunter, who is she was great in The House of Elliot, BBC drama from the 90s, and Prime Suspect 3 opposite Helen Mirren. She was very impressed that I knew these roles. Had a nice chat with her. So yeah, but Dave Hinnett was there, our friend with the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang tattoo. He was selling
good old
all
Dave.
his programs.
Yes.
So I've bought a few programs off him, not
Okay.
Bond related, but he's got loads of Bond programs. So if anyone wants those wonderful Japanese programs,
They are
and they
gorgeous,
often
yeah.
contain photographs that you just don't see anywhere else. Dave Hinnett is your man, and he's going to be at the upcoming Shaken Not Stirred event.
Oh, at
so you
Pinewood.
can get some from at the Pinewood Hotel. So you can get some from him there.
Does he sell them online?
Yeah, he does.
All right. Well, we'll leave a link in the show.
Yeah,
notes.
I've got his card. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do a link to Dave Hinnett's stuff. So yeah, it was cool to see him, and Alan Stevenson was there, who was with on the trip recently. He was there buying some merch and some lovely posters. I sent you a picture of the posters, didn't I?
You
some
did.
really nice UK quad posters for sale. Oh my God, You Only Live Twice poster with the ladies, and
Yeah.
that beautiful Living Daylights poster with all the colours, and my God, beautiful. But yeah, lots and lots of money. They are expensive, those posters. So yeah, but if you're into all that sort of thing, the London Film Fair is good. So yeah, so that's what I did, and I got my Amiga back, and it's working, and it's all cleaned up. So I was very happy to get that. So I had to go to the boutique on Bond Street to get it, and then when I walked up, I thought I'll do a little bit of shopping, as I'm in the West End, go and look at some clothes.
Rob, talk over there. I set up a camera. I went to all the
Well, I'm
problems.
talking to you.
I know. Well, you're not. You're talking to the
Well,
wall. You're like my old cat.
Well,
Just kind of
the
like, just face
microphone
the
pick
wall.
it up if I look over there.
Well, move the microphone a little bit.
Okay.
There's no reason for you to be looking over there when I've set
Well.
the camera up over it. You can just put your notes there.
Oh, Anyway, so I had
That's
to
an
walk.
idea.
I had to walk past a Bond location to go and do my shopping.
Oh, yes.
I walked past Sotheby's on Bond Street. It's always nice to walk past that whenever you're in town. I don't.
Did
know
you
if
go in?
I don't know. I don't know if you ever do a little homage and do a little "oh hello" as it was in Octopussy. It's nice to see it. You can just picture Rog standing there,
Yeah.
getting with the newspaper next to the rack, and you see Gobinder opening the door to that stretched Mercedes with the Ralph Lauren shop opposite, which is no longer a Ralph Lauren shop. It's changed, I believe.
I don't think I actually wave to Bond locations. Is that
Oh,
what, is that what
I
you
do.
do?
Yeah.
Like,
I do a little
hello, Bond location.
Yeah, I do. I do a little hello.
Oh, Rob.
Every morning on the train, I used to do a little wave to MI6 at Vauxhall. Hello. Hello,
like
MI6.
it's him again. It's him.
It's-
Take him out. Take the shot.
So that was my anything Bonding this week. What about you, Pete? Have you been up to anything Bonding
Very
this week?
good. Well, you know that Anastasia's a member of this club in Pall Mall that was featured in the novel You Only Live Twice.
Oh, yes.
It's cool. It was in the novel. It was called The Senior, and it was called The Senior in real life, and then it was called The Institute of Directors, and now it's switched hand again. It's called 116 Pall Mall, and only recently I found out that Anastasia's a member. So we're going.
Only
down-
recently you
Well,
found out?
Only in the last since I've known the girl, she's been a member, but she's just never used her membership, and
What? Isn't it
Anyway, yeah.
really expensive to be a
It's
member
not
every year?
look, it's all relative, right? What cost is, but it's not as expensive as you might think it is.
Oh, okay.
Or as exclusive now because it's kind of open to people that just want to sign up. They can pay a
Oh,
subscription
really?
to be a member. Yeah.
Do you not have to be put up by another member?
No, I don't think so. No,
Oh,
no.
Oh,
Because
well,
like other clubs
let
that
the
you do.
riffraff in then. No wonder you're allowed in then.
Well, they haven't let you in yet. I haven't invited you.
Not yet. No. So you went
So-
there.
So I went there, but a friend of mine came in from out of town, as the Americans say. Okay, so let me do this. I think, because it's a funny story. Matt Space was in town, co-author
Oh, yes.
From Tailors with Love.
And
the Evolution of
and
Mentoring.
co-host of your old podcast.
And the co-host of the old From Tailors of Love
yes,
podcast.
Yes, who I've
And-
sort of taken over from. I hope he's not cross.
Well, he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oh, okay.
so I don't think he listened to anything that he wasn't on. And he's like, Matt is a sweetheart. He's a really nice guy. And he was probably my very first entry point to the Bond community because I reached out to him first, had the idea for the book and the podcast and blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, and the rest is history. But it was Matt who gave me the induction to then like David Zarinsky and kind of the American contingent of
Oh,
the
yes,
James
'cause
Bond
he's
community.
American, isn't
Sure,
he?
so he's
Yes.
based in New York. Anyway, so Matt came over with his lovely wife Jan, and we had some drinks outside. And around about half an hour into our chat, Anastasia says, "Oh, Pete and I, we're going to be in New York November time. We should go out for dinner." And I said to Matt, I said, "Yeah, we're going to be in New York. Not sure the date, November time, but we should definitely have a look at the
having
diary."
another holiday.
I don't know if it's a holiday. It might be a work thing. This,
Oh,
but
right,
anyway.
okay.
Anyway, I said, look, Matt, we'll do lunch. We've done it before. We've met up in New York and we'll do a
nice.
lunch or something. And he replied, yeah, I think I'm busy.
Charming.
I said,
Charming.
Matt, you normally go away, and then when we sort out the emails and look at the diary, you then tell me that you're busy. You don't do it when I'm sitting in front of you with the wife present and your wife present. But I go, yeah, we should do something. He goes, I didn't even give him a date, by the way. It's not like I said middle of November. This date.
So he's busy throughout all of November.
Throughout, well, maybe not throughout, but probably more than certainly just the time that I'm there, right? And I just thought that was... So Matt doesn't really have a filter, bless him, when it comes to this stuff. I don't think he has a filter for bullshit or for lying. He doesn't really know.
Well, that's nice in a way. At least
It
you know
is.
where you
No,
are with him. You know
look,
where you stand. You know.
Look, this is why we got along, and we still do for so long, because he just doesn't put up any.
I'm a bit
facade.
like that as well.
Well, you're certainly like that with presents. When someone gives you a present and you've already got it, it's
I've
like,
already got
got
this.
that.
I've got that. Yeah.
We've done that one.
We have.
So that was nice. Met up with Matt, and then I did foolishly. I went in for it again because as we were saying goodbye to each other, and I'm like, yeah, we're at the tube stop. I was like, we should definitely meet up in November, Matt. Definitely meet up because we've had such a good time tonight. We've had some nice drinks, Fleming location, James Bond. We should do it when we come to November. And he just gives me it again. He goes, yeah, I think all the way through November I'm busy. He just gave me the... I went in for more punishment, and he just dealt it out straight away. So that was sweet, and that's probably my anything Bondian. So always good to catch up with Matt.
I would like to go to New York.
You would? You haven't been?
I've been once,
Have you
but I
done the
need to
Bond
go
locations?
back. I did. Yeah, I did the Voodoo Shop, and I sort of saw the bridge, that you see in the distance, the Manhattan Bridge.
Yep.
But that's it, really. I haven't done any of the other stuff. So that's like the steps where there's the crash and all of that.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. So there's still more to see.
And Central Park, where the car drives around Central Park as well, I think, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, Central Park location.
Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I did do the Russian tea room from Tootsie.
Oh, nice. What was the scene? What's the scene there?
There's the scene where Dustin Hoffman is dressed as a woman and he meets Sidney Pollack, who is
The
his
father-in-law.
No, Sidney Pollack is his manager.
Oh, right.
And the director of the film.
Uh-huh.
And he says, I'm new in town. I wonder if you could direct me to the Russian tea room. This is the Russian tea room. It's here. You're standing right in front of it. Oh, my, so I am. Bless my stars. Well, this is very embarrassing. Well, this is it. And then he follows him in. And then he goes and sits with him and gets all close. He says, "What are you doing? You can't sit here. You don't. It's Michael Dorsey. Here's Michael Dorsey. Yeah." It's like, "What? I don't believe this. You're insane." It was just so funny.
Tootsie
I love
is
that.
Such
film.
a good film.
It's brilliant.
It's
One of my favourite films.
proper ending to that film as well. Like
Oh, when he rips the wig off.
Yeah, but it's live. It's live
Live
television,
TV,
isn't it?
I know.
Someone ruined the tape, and then what's the name he says? Like he rips the wig off, and then he says his name.
I'm not Emily Kimberly, the daughter of Dwayne and Albert Kimberly. No, I'm not. I'm Edward Kimberly, the rector's brother of my sister Anthea.
And then the guy faints, doesn't he? Like behind the mic.
And that poor guy who's been like trying to kiss him and propose marriage to him, and oh my god, it's just brilliant. Such a good film. Oh god.
And there's moments where they tell him dressed up as Tootsie that they've got another season, and they've
Yeah.
nailed it down for a second season.
Yeah.
And then the camera zooms
Yeah,
in, and you
he
can just hear
gulps.
him gulp.
Yeah. And, I didn't know I'd spend the rest of my career as a woman.
Oh, it's such a good film. We got to stick it on.
I know. It's brilliant. Anyway.
Anywho,
Yes.
okay. Well, how about Rob? We kick off the show, and we'll get into the final minutes.
Let's do it.
Well, where did we leave it, Rob? Can you remember?
So we left it with him bobbing about on the boat, didn't we? On the telephone to M.
That's right. We're going to pick it up here. This is minute
139.
and we'll see you on the other side of this. Oh, Rob! Oh, God, can you believe that? Well, this is really hotting up now. We've got a location change for a start.
We have.
But perhaps we'll just talk about what went on in this minute. Any takeaways for you, Rob?
Well, he said the bitch is dead, didn't he? But I think that was in the previous minute, actually. He said the bitch is dead.
Yes.
I don't know if we really explored that in any great detail.
No, I don't
before,
think
and
we
I think
did.
we should have done.
Yes, because it's a massive line.
And
Biggest
it's
one.
and it's the last line of the book, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the bitch is dead now.
Yeah.
That's
So-
right, I said was.
So, because I think he said in the commentary, Michael G. Wilson, he did say we need to have that line, didn't
Yeah,
he?
which I thought was interesting. I like it when a producer goes, I like that line.
Yeah.
It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's absolutely right to have it in there. I mean, even though we know he's heartbroken,
Yeah.
he's still
He's bitter.
referring to her as the bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. She betrayed him.
She did, but yeah. But as Emma explained, she was sort of forced to, wasn't she?
So didn't have this in the book. So this is the add-on, and it's kind of explaining things for the audience. They're taking it in a slightly different direction here.
Yeah.
But in the book, he just goes, "Is this an open line?" Because he has to phone it all in after he finds her dead and reads the letter in the bath. Open line, and then the Vesper was a 00. That's right, goddammit, I said was. That's the bit I like.
Yeah.
The bitch is dead now.
Yeah.
And that's the end. Like
That's the
literally
end, yeah.
end.
So-
So you
but-
don't
and
have
then-
anyone else on the other line telling him, like,
No.
isn't it obvious?
Yeah. And then he goes through her stuff, doesn't he? He's got the little shell.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's kept the shell. That's from the beach?
That's why she kept it.
Oh, she kept the shell.
Yeah, from the beach when they were
Yeah.
frolicking
That's-
around on
that's
the beach.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
Although slightly incongruous, because in Quantum, didn't he go on about a lock of hair
Oh,
from
yes.
the brush? I didn't think her the sentimental type.
Yeah,
he said
that's
that, didn't
right.
he? But yeah,
Yeah.
she carries shells around,
yeah,
so she is.
she is.
So I'm just
Yes.
distracted with the dog.
Yeah, that's a bit of an inconsistency, isn't it?
Oh,
So he knows that she's sentimental.
definitely. Well, she is. Clearly. Got the
Yeah.
shell.
But then he gets the phone, doesn't he, with the message for James, Mr. White, and the telephone number.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and off he goes. And then we cut to the gates opening in this splendid mansion
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
at Lake Como.
Yeah.
I have to go there. Now, you've been, haven't you, you lucky bugger?
Well, I've been to Lake Como, but I went to the other Villa Bianello, I think it's called, isn't it?
Right, I don't know.
The
Okay.
one that way where he convalesces and
Yeah, the clinic.
and then
Yes.
Mendel comes. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a different villa to this villa.
How
This is-
close are they? Do you know?
Yeah, no. I think it's actually on the other side of the lake, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's still the same
Yeah.
proximity. So,
Is this open to the public? This do we know this
so
building?
I had a look online earlier. So this is Villa de Gaeta, I think it's called. I don't know. I'm probably screwing up the pronunciation.
Okay.
Villa de Gaeta or something, and it's private apartments within this huge, almost like a castle.
Yeah, it's
And-
very gothic looking, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they do talk about the architecture in the audio commentary as well, because it's sinister looking.
Yeah.
They wanted something sinister looking, but at the same time look like you've made it. You know?
Yeah. Hold on, let me just shut this fucking dog up. Honey, you fucking, can you not just stay quiet for 2 minutes? Get her there. In it.
She,
Oh no, look, she's
is she
done
coming in?
it. Come in. Honey, come in.
Come on then, honey. Come in.
Come in. Look.
Come in.
No, come in. In.
These crazy dogs.
In. No, just stay in.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, they'll be barking in here now.
I was trying as long as I could not to. Are we in the dark now? We've shut the door. I think we are.
It's okay. I'm sure it's fine.
Right now. Shut up. Honestly, the wife bloody goes and gets her back massage. Can't look after the dog for 2 minutes. Sorry, where were we?
So we were
I'll have to
talking
cut
about
all
the
that out.
building. We were talking about that
Yes.
sinister-looking
So
building.
there are different private apartments that you can hire out on Airbnb. There is a room called the Andrea 007 private apartment that has a capacity of 4 people. And when I checked to see how much it was a night, it was £381 a night for
right.
the apartment. Which, if you split that by, another 3 people, like if you go 2 couples, basically, that's pretty manageable. Yeah, I mean the penthouse is like 1,600 a night, and that's just for 2 people. No, 1,600 for 3 nights, I think.
Right.
Yeah, obviously the penthouse is a lot more.
Right.
Rog, can you stop moving the mic? I hate it when the dogs go.
I also noticed that Mr. White is driving a Jaguar. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a thing with Jaguars and villains in Bond. And they tend to, if they're going to give a villain a car, I mean, it's not necessarily always true, but they tend to give them a Jag. And that dates back to Goldfinger, because they originally approached Jaguar for the Bond car, and Jaguar said no.
Oh, interesting.
So they went with Aston Martin instead. And as a result of that, they thought, right, well, screw you, Jaguar. We're going to stick our villains in your cars then if you don't want Bond.
Oh.
It's just, so, like Die Another Day, there's that chase on the ice.
Yeah.
That's the Zao with the diamonds in his face.
Yeah.
That's a Jaguar. And this is a Jaguar. I'm sure there's others
Mr.
as well.
Hinks, he's in the
he's in a Jaguar.
He's in
Spectre.
the CX-11.
That's right. He's got a Jaguar. You
I've been
see?
in that car.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was in a car show somewhere.
Was it?
In like Kettering or Milton Keynes, I think. I've got a picture of me.
Oh,
I'll have to dig it out.
Kettering, really? It's just a random
I
place.
know. I'll have to dig it out. I'll have to dig out the photo.
So so I noticed that. I thought, Jaguar villain. There we go. Tick the box. So that was interesting. I just thought I'd mention that.
I think my mum used to have that car.
Really?
Is it an XJ8?
It's an X. It's. I don't know actually.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I think
Yeah.
my brother spotted it and he pointed it out.
It's a very nice Jag.
It is, yeah, beautiful.
Well,
Jag.
she's got good taste. Your mum, if she had one of those.
Well, her and my dad had that car. I'm pretty sure.
Very nice.
Yeah. So very interesting. Well, we're going to have it all unfold in the next minute.
The next minute's the big one.
We're going to say the next minute also spills over into a bit of the theme song. You know, it's not exactly a minute; it's about a minute and 20. And we're going to just
we're going to blitz.
we're going to
it
roll
then.
it over rather than go through the credits and individually do all the names. Yeah. So that was that. Anything else to add to that minute, Rob?
I don't think so.
Oh, very quickly, there is in Vesper's handbag.
Oh yes.
Yes, there's some aftershave or perfume, I should say. And I had a quick Google. You can still buy it, Rob.
Can you?
Yeah, for 125 quid.
Oh.
Santa Maria Novella's Melagrana is what it's called. And it's a
Okay.
spicy oriental. And I picked up the notes, floral notes, inspired by the lush oriental landscapes, fresh spices and citrus swirl in the opening, leading to a heart of velvety rose, yang lang, and vibrant pomegranate. And it goes on.
And
Intertwined with oak moss, creating a symphony of warm, sensuous pomegranates. More pomegranates.
Is it easy to find? I mean, you can get it in Boots.
I don't think you can get it in Boots. You can probably... Honey, stop.
Selfridges, probably, I should
Well,
think.
I'll leave a link anyway. Leave a link. You can buy it online somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm tempted to get some just for Anastasia, just so I can give her a bit and then keep the bottle and put the bottle in my collection.
That'd be nice, yeah.
It'd be nice for me
Add
as well.
to the collection that you're thinning out.
It is a win-win, right?
With all your rocks I gave you last week. Add to your
God,
collection you're thinning out.
Don't know what to do with those. Put those in the miscellaneous box. So that was it. I thought it was worth mentioning. There's other bits and bobs like a shell and a book of poetry, but who cares? Shall we?
We could go on and on and on, couldn't we? And the poor old listeners don't want to hear about that.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break here, Rob, and we'll come back with a debrief of Casino Royale right after this. God, fucking dogs. Okay, Rob. How about we finish off with the final minute of Casino Royale, and then after we'll break down the minute and we'll break down the film as a whole.
Yeah.
And, well, we know where we left it. We've just been introduced to the lovely Villa La Gatta.
He's just pulled up in his Jaguar, hasn't he? And then and that's where it ended.
And so we're going to pick it up from this, and we'll see you on the other side of this beautiful, beautiful final minute of Casino Royale. Rob, we made it.
We did.
We made it.
Hooray!
Come on. High five
Hooray!
like Americans. Thank you. That was a double high 10.
I mean, who thought of this? You?
No, I started listening to a podcast about Heat. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
And that guy was breaking down Heat minute by minute. I forget his name. And I thought
Right.
that's a good concept.
So someone has actually done this before.
Yeah.
some other lunatic.
Yeah. But I got bored after about 15 episodes, which is probably what happened to everyone.
I must say, I think our listeners have done very well to last this long.
Well, we'll get to some listening at the end, and some of them have been listening since day one, which is incredible.
So it's quite something. When I tell people what we do on the podcast, they sort of look a bit puzzled and perplexed and like, really? Just like a minute? How long do you talk about the minute? Maybe 10 minutes. Like, you talk about 1 minute footage for 10 minutes. Like, yes.
Well, there's just so much to take
It
in.
depends what's happening.
We got to go through Vesper's handbag. We've got to talk about the floral notes in her aftershave.
I mean, some minutes have been... We've struggled.
Yeah.
It's fair to say. Some some minutes give you more to talk about than others.
What was the worst? Can you remember when there was like a...
It was pretty bad during the casino scenes, I think.
But that's like 2/3 of the movie.
It's like when they just sat there, you know, and there's no dialogue.
Check.
And it's like, oh God.
And 2 minutes later,
are we going to make it through? What can we talk about?
Yeah, look at the cuticles on that poker player's hand. Look at Bond's nails. He must have had a pedicure before they... Anyway.
But there's always stuff.
That's interesting. What was your favourite? I haven't really thought about what my favourite minute was.
Oh God, I don't know.
But before we go too far ahead, how about we finish off with this minute and your immediate thoughts? Take it away.
So, well, this is the ultimate scene in the film, isn't it? So this is what the entire film has been leading up to. So we now see the Bond that we all know and love, and that's the thing, isn't it? Because this film, it's a strange one, it really, isn't it, compared with the other films? Because it introduces Bond. We've never had an origin story before. Bond has always been experienced. You know, he's always set up as he's got a career behind him that you don't know about. You hear little bits here and there from previous missions, but you don't really know how he got to where he is. This is his story, isn't it? This shows you how he got to where he is, and it's just amazing, really, isn't it? It's incredible.
Aren't all the other Bond films? They don't have a story arc. It's only the Craig era that try and tie them all together.
The only thing is the death of Tracy.
Death of Tracy and his wife. That they join the dots with that a few times. But
and there's a mention of Jamaica to Felix and Goldfinger. So there's like a reference of Dr. No there. And in Russia with Love, there's a reference.
There's
of
little
Dr.
vignettes like Lazenby getting the garrote watch out in his desk.
And obviously Spectre sort of follows through in the early films as well.
But
apart from that,
all the films,
they're all standalone.
Are pretty much isolated films, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to go back to that?
Yeah, definitely. We don't need another origin story. They've done it, and they've done it perfectly in this film.
But would you want, outside of an origin story, would you want to have a story arc to take you through, say, 3 or 4 films? No.
I mean, possibly, but we've done that, you know.
I think the trouble is we did it, but they didn't think far enough ahead to plan a story arc for 3 or 4 films.
Yeah, and that's something I'm going to come on to in our Patreon episode.
Okay.
When I talk
there will be more Bond.
Yeah, when I talk about my next film in our rankings that we're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I mean, it's just terrific, isn't it? Because he shoots. The bullet comes out of nowhere, doesn't it? Shoots right in the ankle. He falls to the ground. You see the shadow first, and you're like, oh, that can only be one person.
Rob, pull up your phone because I sent you a photo.
Oh, yeah.
In the back of the Bond on set, the photography book that Greg Williams took of Casino Royale.
Yes.
They mentioned the gun, and I was just wanting to read you this bit because apparently... You pulled up the wrong one. Yeah, here we go. Greg asks Daniel Craig, in the script, you were supposed to shoot Mr. White with a handgun. How come you used this monster, referring to the massive gun? And the answer that Daniel gives, in this scene, I shoot someone in the knee. You don't see me do it, but you see his knee exploding. I could have shot him from 20 yards away with a handgun, but I just thought Bond's not in that mood. He's in the mood to hurt somebody. This is an assault weapon with a silencer on it, and from 20 or 30 yards, it's absolutely deadly. You could hit him anywhere on the body with it, plus the fact it's big. This is the last scene in the movie, and I wanted to show that Bond means business. We don't know if he kills this guy. Well, we do now, because obviously they go on to Quantum. We certainly suspect that he is going to extract some information from him.
Right.
So, yeah.
So it was his idea to have that.
According to that, yeah. Yeah, it was his idea to not use the handgun that was in the script, but to... I mean, that is a fucking beauty.
And that has bothered me, actually.
You don't like the gun?
Well, no, because it's not his Walter PPK, is it? It's not his signature gun. This is meant to be the ultimate scene where he becomes James Bond. So you'd expect him to be holding the gun that we all know, not this monstrosity. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like you've got this amazing scene and these amazing performances, and you've got the Bond theme. This is the other thing I want to talk about. You've got the James Bond theme. Finally, it's David Arnold's been teasing us throughout the film, hinting with little snippets of it. You see it when he little things he does. You hear little bits, and then he puts the dinner suit on, and you hear a bit more, and then you hear a bit more, and he wins.
So you'd rather him have a PPK and do it from close range and do it, isn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He could do it quite a distance with the PPK.
No, you wouldn't be able to. No, I think that works because you don't see Bond, and it's like a sniper's shot on his knee. Because he does, like, Mr. White rolls up, he's there, he's like observing the lake, and then he walks around, he's on the phone, and then bang.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was just standing there with his PPK, you'd bloody see him.
Yeah.
I think this works much better.
I suppose because they want to do the big reveal, don't they? They want to do it slowly. They want to have Mr. White crawling along the ground, along the gravel, looking up to see who's done this, and you see the shadow, which does work well. So yeah, I get that.
I think it works much better. Certainly better than a shotgun. Or was it a shotgun he said, or a handgun? Anyway.
Yeah.
And he's got a beast.
But it's wonderful to hear the Bond theme, and then he says those immortal words, doesn't he? The iconic words.
I like the fact that he walks up some steps, so he's not just walking next to him. And then he looks up. He's like, "No, I'm going on to like a parapet, almost, and you're gonna have to fucking look up to me, sunshine. That's right. And I'm Bond, James Bond.
Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
So Anastasia was having a workout whilst I was doing the minutes for the podcast, and I put this on. And because I haven't seen the film all the way to the end for a very long time, I was nearly in tears. I mean, if Anastasia was, I think it's because of the music. Because again, you do this and you don't hear the music, and then it's right up until the end, and the music is so good, it's so fucking loud. It's like a cannon going off. This score, because I have to turn the TV all the way up to record the minutes on the phone for the podcast. So I've got this blasting out, and it cuts to black as well before the credits come. So Bond, James Bond,
yes,
and then it cuts that beautiful.
And then you hear the horns, the da da,
and then the credits roll. So there's almost like that, like 2 seconds of paradise where you're just going, oh my god, you've come over the hill.
It's just that chromatic scale, isn't it? That bum.
Yeah, so I was I held it together.
Dum, and then the da dum dee dee. You hear, and it's like, oh, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. We finally hear it. We've been watching the bloody film for over 2 hours, and we finally get the payoff.
Do you want to hear what David Arnold had to say about that on the director's commentary?
Yes.
So he basically said that he's been waiting like all week. So when they went in to record this, they didn't record the score first, the soundtrack, the main theme first. They recorded that last because he felt like the orchestra, he wanted them to have like this urgency about wanting to play it, and he felt like the
keep the apprehension going.
Yeah, keep not just the audience, but the orchestra as well. Because
they've been looking forward to playing it.
So he says, look, you don't have to do it. You don't have to record a soundtrack or a score in sequence. You can record whatever piece at any other point.
Yes.
But he decided to have this wait right to the end, right on the last day.
It was a Friday afternoon, wasn't it?
Friday afternoon, he says. Yeah. And so he felt like that gave it an extra. Like its pulse, basically, was that the orchestra just couldn't. They're on the starting blocks. They could not wait to play this.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely shows. I think it does.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has such an impact when.
Oh,
comes
it does. Absolutely. Yeah. No, the musicians really went for it.
Mm.
And yeah, no, and he was playing guitar as well.
He
in
played
this as
guitar,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he had a
Which is
little
great.
joke with the composer guy, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's right. Oh no, it was the conductor.
Sorry, the conductor.
conductor. Yeah.
And
yeah,
the
that's right.
when it gets to the bebop, he got the
When it goes da da dee 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 dee,
the
it's
bebop
that bass,
bit.
da,
Yeah,
da,
he
da,
got the horns to stand up and just
sing.
sing it.
just
sing
sing
it rather than
their
play it. Yeah.
line rather than play their instrument.
Yeah.
They all stood up and sang it,
Which he said
was,
went down
and,
well.
and the conductor wasn't expecting that. He wasn't in on the joke.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What are you all doing?" And then he got the joke, and then they just went for it, didn't they? And oh my god, it's great. I mean, we'd obviously. Yeah, because he says, "Oh, we don't really hear the Bond theme that much," and I suppose he's right. We don't. You only really hear it on the end credits of this like modern era film. I say modern era. I mean Pierce Brosnan onwards. I consider modern era.
Yeah. Well, it's not like Bond in. Is it From Russia with Love, where he's going from hotel? room to hotel?
They just whack in the James Bond theme.
Put it on a loop, right?
Yeah, I know. And the same in Doctor No. And You Only Live Twice. You hear it.
I'd say in Majesties as well.
At the end in Piz Gloria. Yes,
Anyway.
that's right.
Do you want it to be all over the next Bond, or would you rather have it subtly held back?
I think I want to hear it. I don't want them to be frightened of using it. I want it to be used in the way David Arnold used it in his score for Tomorrow Never Dies, because I think he doesn't get paid whenever you have that bit of music.
Oh, the Monty Norman.
Monty
paid,
Norman's estate gets paid.
Right.
And so I think a lot of the composers are like, they're shying away from using it because it means that they're not getting the money. They're giving money elsewhere. But David Arnold doesn't care about that. He's a fan like us, and he wants the theme in there. So he'll put it in, so we know we're watching a Bond film. And that's what I would want for future films. I would want it to be in there. I want it to be in action scenes. I want that brass. I want to know I'm watching a Bond film.
That bucking dog has just dug up an entire hole in the garden.
Oh my
you can
God.
see.
Yeah,
Look at Honey.
I can-
Look, she's got a whole head. What is she? We think squirrels are burying like their nuts.
Oh,
for the
they do.
harvest.
They do bury their nuts.
And I think Honey is just. Look at that.
She's
Look at
digging
that.
them up.
Look at that garden. That garden was beautiful before that dog came along. Okay, sorry.
Well, I've got a molehill in my garden at the moment.
Yeah.
I've
Vespa
got a
doing?
mole
Is
and
she
he
not-
lives in a hole.
Is
Sorry.
she not taking care of your moles?
No, she just brings in mice and frogs. Frogs from
kills.
next door's pond. Yeah, she brought a mouse in last night actually. But yeah. So no, I would want the Bond theme to be there. But yeah, I mean they pulled out all the stops for this scene, didn't they? And what's he wearing, by the way? Do you know what that suit is?
Yeah, it's a Brioni three-piece suit.
Is it?
Yeah, but not the same one that he wears in Quantum. He wears
Right.
the Tom Ford one because they
It's
moved
a
on to
nice-
a different suits.
It's a nice suit he's wearing. Nice tie.
It's beautiful.
It's that proper Windsor knot he's got there.
But it's funny if you think about it. So the next scene in Quantum is him driving away,
Yeah.
escaping with Mr.
Yes.
White in the boot.
Don't tell me
But
it's a
yet-
different suit.
But yeah, he had time to change
Oh,
the
no,
suit.
you're
Not
joking.
only change his suit, change the brand.
No way.
Change the tailor.
That's
Yeah.
bad, isn't it? They should have put him in the same clothes. That's or has he just kept Mr. White in the boot and he's gone off like all day he's been in
gone
there
to
and
get
he's
tailored.
gone like
He's just popped into town
no
to get
wonder
another
he looks
three-piece
so
suit.
shaken up when he finally opens the boot.
Well, he's probably got like measured first, gone away, had some light lunch. They're like, we can't put a three-piece tailored suit together. They're like, oh, just have a go. I'm gonna take your time. I'm gonna go get a boat, travel around Lake Como.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, no, I mean, I have you got anything to add to this? I mean,
No,
it's
I think that's about
I
it.
mean, you said that you were close to tears. I mean, that sums it
well,
up.
so
really,
we did
doesn't
that, and then I had to. So what I normally do, record the minutes for the podcast, and rewind it back, and then and figure out the director's commentary and see what they had to say
Yeah.
as well. And I nearly cried a second time when it comes round. But luckily Anastasia was in the room and I managed to hold it together like Bond did.
Yes.
Yeah, he held it together, so I did.
Good.
Right. Okay. How about, Rob, we take a quick break.
Yes.
And then when we come back, we've got listener mail to do, but we'll also give a quick overview.
Yeah, our
Of
thoughts on
Casino
the
Royale.
film.
Yeah,
Now we've
okay.
finished it.
All right. tell me, Rob, you've now scrutinised this film minute by minute, frame by frame. Has it gone up or down in your estimation?
Oh, it's remained in the same place. So I've had a bit of a strange journey with this film over the years. I remember when I first saw it on the opening night in Leicester Square, I was a little bit unsure as to what I thought about it. People I went with, who are just casual Bond fans, thought it was incredible, amazing, best Bond film they'd ever seen. I was a bit like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a proper Bond film. Where's Q? Where's Moneypenny? You know, that sort of thing. Where's the gun barrel at the beginning? I didn't like the fact they were messing with it and messing with the formula. And I actually went back recently and I read my diary from 2006 and I've got it written in there. Not a proper Bond film, I wrote. Not
Was that
a
it?
proper Bond film. And then
Is that all you wrote?
yeah. And then I went back to see it again. And then I think I appreciated it more for what it is. I think I saw it 3 or 4 times in '06, and every time I saw it, I appreciated it more. But it wasn't right up there for me. And then in 2009, I don't know if you remember, the BFI did a season of Bond films. They did 2 months in the summer where they showed all the films, and they did various Q&As with cast and crew as well of the films. It was amazing 2 months. And I went to see it again on the big screen at the National Film Theatre. And I remember that time, specifically when the credits were rolling, I thought, wow, that is an incredible film. Just incredible. So I'd obviously had a few years to get used to the film, a few years to get used to the whole reboot, the whole not necessarily having, Q and Moneypenny, these elements that I was expecting and that I want in my Bond films. I'd got used to that, and I was able to just experience it as it was. And I was like, wow, that film, that's up there with the best of them. And ever since then, it's been in my top 5.
Okay.
And still is, even though we've pulled it apart
Dissected
minute by
it.
minute.
We've given this a proper
and
autopsy.
and it's like, God, do I ever want to watch this fucking film again?
Well, you did, right? You watched it.
I did.
On a
I watched
flight.
it. I watched it on the flight home recently, and I watched it on its anniversary last October or November, whenever it was, after we'd started doing this. And every time I watch it, I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I still get a lot out of it, and it's still a great film. It is a masterpiece.
Well done.
It really is. I think
it's a good one to break down.
Yeah.
Minute by minute, because it has lots of layers. You can compare it to the novel, because it's there's Fleming there.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's a little bit complicated, because even Anastasia, she saw it on the flight over to Orlando recently, and she goes, "Yeah, I watched Casino Royale. Why does Vesper have to take the money out of the account in Venice and hand it to them? Why didn't she just wire the money over? Why didn't she just transfer the money over to Gettler?" I was like, maybe they don't want to trace the money. She goes, "No, that's not it. They'll have the money. It doesn't matter." Anyway, so she just kept on coming up with things, and then she goes, "You'd never get a boat like that in Venice. You'd never get a fucking Sunseeker through that bloody bit." I know, it's ridiculous.
But it's
you'd
a
never get her
Bond film.
You'd never get her out of the car and put her in the middle of the road and have. What if she just? What if he just ploughed through her?
You can't start looking at contrivances in Bond films, because you'll just be there all day with all of them.
But
you sit back and relax and just go along with the ride and don't question these things, and you have a good time.
So that's what I said. I said, "Shut it, woman."
Yeah.
You're not.
Otherwise, you'll be going down that
ruining
route
this
that
film
people
for
go
me.
down with Skyfall, and they'll go, "Oh, it's all a bit convenient with that tube train coming through, and he stood there."
That is problematic.
And
That is
I
very
don't think it is.
It is.
I don't think it
For
is. But
me, for
we can
me.
discuss that on the Patreon when we talk about that film.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But so for you, I mean, is this where does it rank for you? Is this in your top 5?
It's in my top 5. I mean,
Is it?
on the Patreon. We are going through our list.
We are.
So I don't really want to spoil the list.
No.
But it's
No,
all
it's up there
the
for
way up in the top 5.
Good. So for both of us, it said
Yeah.
both of us in our top 5. That's pretty good. I mean, I think whenever polls have been done on Facebook, on
Yes.
social media, this consistently comes up as number 1.
Yes, and I find on the podium it's normally this, Majesties and Goldfinger.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
Skyfall is often there.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we are doing a survey, we should say, on what
We
film
are.
we're going to be breaking
We're
down
doing a
next.
poll.
There's a link on the Instagram to the survey. You can click on it through the profile link. There will be Bond on Instagram. And the poll, I should say, I'll say this now. There's been a little bit of interference
Yes.
with the
discrepancies.
voting. I'm sure it's a mistake, but there has been some irregularities. I've noticed that someone in a certain place, in a certain part of the world, is voting a lot more for one film. Now, whether they're doing that by mistake or they just feel like they really want to watch.
You're only allowed to vote once,
So
guys. You're
if
only
you
allowed
guys
one vote.
If you guys could be nice enough just to vote once for the film you would like, that would be appreciated.
It's annoying that the poll doesn't. The fact that it lets you vote more than once.
That's.
I think
that's
if once you've voted, it doesn't let you. But if you come out of it and go into it again, it will then let you
Yeah.
vote again. And I don't know if that's what this person's doing because they didn't think that their vote went through.
I
or
think,
what.
yeah.
But
We'll have to give
you're going to
them the
have to
benefit of the
go
doubt.
through them now, and any duplicates you're going to have to remove, so we get a proper overview of what
Yep.
people want and
I
what we're
know.
going to do next.
Look, it will all come out in the wash. But
Yes.
it's all still to play for. So if you do want us to break down another film of your choosing that you'd like to hear, so then go to the Instagram and have a look at the poll and have a vote. But vote once, por favor.
Yes. And have you looked at it recently to see where things are at?
I have. So you're on the podium.
Yes.
Well, you have. There is. In fact, let me bring it up now. I've got it right in front of me on the old spreadsheet here.
And this is with the multiple votes, or have you managed to remove some
No,
of
I haven't.
those?
I'm going to remove the multiple votes at the end. Okay. So in joint third, you have Skyfall.
Oh, okay.
You have GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye's had a big push recently.
God.
And From Russia with Love.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to do that actually. Second place. Now, second place has had some anomalies
Yes.
going on. So second place is Quantum,
Right.
and first place at the minute is still On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
But let me tell you, it's kind of neck and neck. And I think as soon as we take out some of the erroneous voting, then it will still all to be played for.
I find it very strange that Quantum of Solace should be higher up than From Russia with Love for what people want us to talk
maybe
about.
they want us to do the Succession. You know, Quantum
Well-
of Solace is more or less the sequel to
Well,
this.
I know, but there's not much going on in
Oh,
it, really,
don't-
story-wise, is there?
don't be
There was a
anti-quantum.
writer's strike.
Don't be anti-quantum.
Don't be anti-quantum. I can if I want
You
to.
can, of course you can.
Do what I like.
Right then, how about? Well, let me just tell you very quickly my brief overview because
Yes.
I heard something on the radio a couple of days ago about, and I'll pull all this around about why do we keep writing love poems still, Rob? Why isn't
Do we?
well not us personally, but you know, like love poems is the most popular of all poetry. Right, outside of war, I suppose, and people keep, it's a subject that people keep returning to. And I think it was Robert Graves that said, as soon as someone writes the perfect love poem, the world will end, because that's it. You've solved it. What is love? What is the mystery
right.
of life? It's love.
Okay.
And then when you figure out that kind of conundrum, then the world will end, and you don't have to write a better love poem because you've already got it, and it's perfect. And I thought, right, I'm going to tie that into Bond. What if there was the perfect Bond film? Would you want to have
Anymore.
any
Because
more?
you can't improve on it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, of course, you're always going to have Bond because it's a franchise now, and it's a moneymaker, and people
Yeah.
don't want to leave money on the table.
Yeah. And you want more. You found something you like. You want more of it.
But I do believe if they stopped making Bond films after Casino Royale, you've stopped it at the right place, because this is near perfect.
Right.
This is note perfect. There's no fat on this film. It's hard, even when you go through it minute by minute, to say Not sure about that.
This is true.
Didn't enjoy that.
This
I
is
don't know
true.
why they did that, where they went with that. I don't like the song here, because there's always something in other Bond films you can go, well, it would have been better if they did this. So
This is true, actually.
when I watch this Bond film, I'm thinking this is probably about as near perfect a Bond film as you can get. Now, I like all the others that Daniel's done. I mean, No Time to Die, I have reservations about, but I'm happy they're still making Bond films, don't get me wrong. But if they finished it after this one, I could have just said, fair play.
It would have been a bit shit on poor old Daniel, though, wouldn't it? He'd only done one film.
Because I thought I signed up for free.
You've done such a good job. You don't need to do any more.
Have you seen
Cheerio.
these biceps? Fucking washboard stomach and everything for this.
Can't improve on this. Job done.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
So, anyway, I
That's
don't
interesting.
I don't really have anything else to add to that.
I mean, I always thought that about Goldfinger since I was a child, because that was always my favourite and still is. And it was like, God, why do I watch all these films when I know that none of them were as good as Goldfinger?
Yeah. So I think this is the best Daniel Bond,
Right.
Craig's best Bond. So if you take that into account, we're coming up 20 years where they've
Yeah.
not managed to make a better Bond film than they did in 2006. Casino Royale for me was the high watermark for Bond, and possibly will be the highest. And I can't see, it's going to have to take an absolute banger.
You see, for me, I
usurp
think Skyfall's better than this.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into that when we do the countdown.
Controversial.
Right? We'll do that when we get to the countdown.
And a lot of the general public might agree with me as well on that. It was the highest rated in box office terms. It smashed this film.
Well, we'll get into that another time, Rob.
Yeah.
We're still throwing jizz in the shadow of Casino Royale.
We are, yes.
Yeah.
It is a masterpiece.
In the shadow. I don't know what that was. Anyway, we'll move on. How about we get onto some listener mail, Rob?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Again, we should say that we're recording this in advance because obviously I'm away in South Africa. South Africa, mate, with diplomatic immunity.
On holiday, again.
And so some of this listener mail might have been a little bit old. All right, where is the fucking listener mail? Please, can you just help? Where is the listener mail?
You...
Not you. I'm talking to the computer helping.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't. Here we go. I should put that in.
It's
a bigger
on the
font.
show notes.
It is, but it's in a small font, isn't it? There you go. Right, listener mail, Rob. Okay, this one from Alex Lamas. Always say yes to adventure. In fact, we got a jingle. There's Alex's jingle. That won't mean anything to anyone watching on YouTube, by the way. YouTube, you don't get any of this, any of this crap, I'm afraid. I just listened to last week's episode of the podcast. Excellent as always, gentlemen. His words, Rob, not mine. However, there is a small correction. Discussing how many languages Bond spoke, you said you were surprised he couldn't type in Japanese in Tomorrow Never Dies. First of all, it was Chinese, not Japanese, as it was Wei Lin's keyboard. And when it comes to Asian languages, Rob, both Chinese and Japanese speaking writing are two completely different skills, as they don't have alphabets. So, Rob, although very different... He doesn't say that, by the way. So I'm just putting it... He doesn't go Rob. Although very different, they both use...
Wagging his finger.
I imagine he's hammering this. I'm like, it's fucking imbecile. Although very different, they both use pictographs for writing. These are symbols representative of ancient drawings that people have to memorize. For example, Rob, to read basic Chinese, you'd have to memorize at least 3,000 different characters.
Oh my God.
However, there is as many as 80,000 that exist. It wouldn't be surprising that Bond could speak an Asian language, but not understand how to read or write them, considering it's a different skill and a daunting task. Alex Lamas.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I have a question for Alex.
Mm.
Because in You Only Live Twice, Bond says, you forget I got a first in Oriental languages at Cambridge.
And then, because she throws him the book, right?
Yeah.
Oh, got that.
Oriental languages, plural.
Would that
first.
not count for this then?
So surely if you get a first in Oriental languages from Cambridge, you can read and write and speak Oriental languages, plural.
You know when you bang the table like that, Rob, it's just like someone hitting a bass drum on the microphone here.
Sorry.
I like the emphasis, but yeah.
But that's, yeah, so
Well, you know
surely if he then he would know. He would understand those symbols if he got a first in Oriental languages.
But
from
you know what
Cambridge.
it's like after a couple of years of not learning something. You can't even play the piano anymore. You were really good back in the day. Maybe that's what it's like for him. He's like, I ain't spoken.
I can play the piano.
I ain't picked up my Japanese, my Chinese in over 10
I know
years
where
since I was
middle
at
C
Cambridge.
is. I can still play the piano. You just have to brush it up. Maybe that's what it is. He'd forgotten. It's been a long time since
Exactly.
he was at university and he was rusty.
I think that's what it is. Or either that, he might be pulling the wool over Moneypenny's eyes.
Maybe.
Although it'll be on file. I'm sure she's got
Yeah.
his file.
You forget I took a first in Oriental languages at Cambridge. Yes, it would be on file.
Yeah. How could she forget? Anyway.
Any more listener mail?
Yes, sorry. Remmert Van Braam from
yes.
James Bond Lifestyle. He says Patreon does have an app. It's what I use. So
There you go.
So anyone that's, because we had a question, how do we listen to it? How do we listen to the Patreon
Okay.
show? You download the Patreon app, and there will be more Bond.
Or you just go to the Patreon website.
Yeah, I guess, but
That's what I do for the show that I pay to
yes,
listen to.
yes. You go to the website, or there's an app on your phone.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
You log into
But
Patreon
we're
and
also-
it's got your stuff.
You know what I'm going to be doing now, hopefully when the tech works, is uploading it to YouTube, but for the Patreon, you'll get the secret link. Yeah.
Ah.
And then if you want to listen to it or watch it on YouTube, you'll have the link.
Okay.
Just for patrons. Okay. Right. Thanks, Pete. Oh, this from Mark Hernandez. Thanks, Pete. Just finished listening to this week's episode. Nippon, he says. Oh, that particular name. I used to have a portable telly as a teenager that had the initials NEC on the front, the name of the Japanese company that made it. NEC stood for Nippon Electrical Company. They sponsored Everton Football Club a while back in the day. Mark Hernandez.
So this is referring to Nippon, the
View
spa.
to a Kill spa, yeah, that we were on
Yes,
about. Yeah, because
which
you
I
said
visited.
You said it was ant killer, wasn't
It
it?
is ant killer.
And you
Nippon
know,
is ant killer.
I went to see my mum over the weekend.
She-
I went looking for some shoe polish, found some Nippon fly killer, didn't I?
So they do fly spray as
Yeah.
well. I didn't know they did fly spray.
Yeah,
So
they just hate insects.
They
don't
do.
So Nippon.
Did she have any Nippon ant killer as well in the cupboard?
No, I don't think she's got ants, just
Right, okay.
flies.
Yeah.
So Nippon have branched out.
That was funny that you sent me that picture.
Yeah, I
See,
couldn't
I wasn't
believe
making it up.
You weren't, no. I'd never heard of that before, but fair enough. So thank you everyone for your listener mail, and thanks to everyone that's written in over the whole series. We do appreciate it. If you want to just drop DMs in Instagram, I can read those out as well. That's much appreciated. Rob, shall we do the outro?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, well, we have Adam Zigadlo. He's Polish, isn't he? Adam Zigadlo. Adam
Okay.
Zigadlo, let's say that.
Yes.
Adam, you bought the London Bond map. You get a thank you from M. And I should say, by the time you're hearing this, the new London Bond map, the Bond River Chase map, will be out.
Hooray!
I'm 80% confident that it will be out and available to buy. londonbondmap.co.uk. That's the place you can go. And I should say also, if you sign up to the Patreon, you will get a free copy of the map. How about that? And if you've already a Patreon member, I'll send you one out anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, coming out of my pocket, Rob, not your pocket.
Do I get a free one?
Why did you say that like a 5-year-old?
Well,
Do I get a little free map? A free map for
do
me?
I get a free map?
Well, I see. I don't know. Well, have you earned one?
Well, I think I have.
Have you signed up to the Patreon?
No.
Oh, God. Well, Rob, I think that's probably about all we have time for. I mean, it's... thank you, Rob. And a thank you. You get a thank you from Pete.
Oh,
You do?
Thank you, Pete.
I'll get you a map. I'll get you a little map.
Thank you.
You've jumped on board. You didn't really
have.
know what you were getting
I have.
yourself in
No,
for.
I
That
did
first
not.
time I got you on the podcast, God, you had to drink a bottle of wine just to get
Well,
up the
not a
guts
bottle,
to do it.
couple of glasses.
Yeah, but
just,
you-
just to steady the hand.
But
you know.
nowadays, you're only down to one glass of wine when you come round.
Yeah, no, it's been good fun. It
Yeah,
really has.
enjoyed it?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been great. Yeah, and I can't wait to get stuck into the next film.
Yeah.
So we'll see what people want us to do, and whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, we'll do it.
So I was thinking also we could go back to doing some interviews with some guests, not for the minutes, but maybe for the halftime piece rather than doing the quiz. But I'm hoping, Rob, we'll get some real Bond news to talk about soon because
Yeah, I
there
think-
has been a real drought,
Yeah,
hasn't there?
I think we will. I'm confident that there'll be more news coming along because it's been pretty good the last couple of months. There've been announcements
Yeah.
that have been quite frequent.
Director,
you know,
the
writer,
producers, yeah,
yes,
right,
all of that.
and then it
So-
went into the Bond game, the first light, and I was like,
Yeah,
everyone's
well,
raving.
We've got the big announcement coming up next, and
It's probably hey, look, we're recording this so far.
I
in
would,
advance, it's
I
probably
would
already
put
out.
money on that happening on James Bond Day.
Yeah, which is already, I guess. Yeah, I think this is going to come out after James Bond Day.
Oh, we might have to do an emergency podcast then.
Fuck. Well, South Africa.
When you're on holiday, it's
we're-
the same time zone, isn't it?
It's like an hour
so
apart or
that's
something,
good.
yeah.
That's good. At least we've got that in our favour if you have to do an emergency podcast. But let's just see. Wait and see what happens. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm quietly confident.
And
there'll be an
also,
announcement.
I've made up my mind. I'm going to have to look at the trailers, look at the news, look at all the behind, because we have to have some content for the podcast. Because I was going to do blind, wasn't I? I was not going to look at the
Oh, go
trailers.
dark.
Yeah, go dark. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go dark.
I'm quite keen to go dark as well, but if we both go dark, we will have nothing to talk about.
It's a struggle.
Oh dear. Yes.
All right. Well, there we go. There we have it. Thank you all for tuning in. We do mean that. And until next time.
Ciao.